Donald Trump's interest in purchasing Greenland, initially dismissed as unconventional, has re-emerged as a critical point in geopolitical discussions, particularly against the backdrop of global power struggles. Greenland's strategic location in the Arctic and its vast resource potential position it as a key player in the competition for dominance in the region. Trump proposed that the Danish territory should become part of the United States, offering to purchase the island. However, he has also indicated that if his proposal is rejected, he might not hesitate to use economic or even military pressure to achieve his objective. Trump's rationale centers on Greenland's increasing strategic importance. As the world's largest island, it boasts a wealth of natural resources, including rare earth metals, uranium, oil and gas, collectively estimated to be worth trillions of dollars. Rare earth metals, in particular, are essential for emerging industries such as renewable energy, electric vehicles, and advanced electronics. Furthermore, Greenland's geographic position near critical global trade routes heightens its importance, especially as the Arctic ice melts, making the region more accessible for trade. The newly emerging Arctic shipping routes pass close to Greenland and could potentially bypass traditional waterways like the Panama and Suez canals, revolutionizing global commerce. The region has also seen a significant military buildup, primarily involving the United States and Russia. The US already operates an airbase in Greenland and seeks to expand its presence to counter Russia's growing influence in the Arctic. This highlights Greenland's strategic military value. To fully grasp Greenland's significance, one must examine its historical context. Greenland has been part of the Danish kingdom since the Denmark-Norway Union officially colonized it in 1721. However, Scandinavian Vikings had first settled on the island in the 10th century, exploring regions such as the Faroe Islands, Iceland, Greenland, and parts of North America. Their settlement in Greenland disappeared in the 15th century, partly due to conflicts with the Inuit population. Interestingly, the Norse were the first to settle in southern Greenland, with the Inuit arriving later. Although Inuit people faced mistreatment under European rule, the history of colonization in Greenland is more nuanced than commonly perceived. In the 18th century, Europeans returned to Greenland, coinciding with the rise of global trade networks. By the 19th century, Norway was forced out of its union with Denmark following conflicts with Sweden, leaving Denmark in control of Greenland, Iceland, and the Faroe Islands. Over time, Denmark relinquished control over these territories. Iceland became a sovereign state in 1918 and gained full independence during World War II. The Faroe Islands achieved home rule in 1948, handling domestic issues while remaining part of Denmark. Greenland's transition was more gradual. In 1953, it shifted from being a colony to becoming an integral part of Denmark, gaining representation in the Danish parliament. In 1979, Greenland attained home rule, and by 2009, it had achieved self-governance. Today, most of Greenland's domestic matters are decided in its parliament in Nuuk, which governs a population of approximately 56,000. Denmark still manages Greenland's foreign policy, defense, and certain economic issues while providing annual subsidies of nearly $600 million, roughly $110,000 per person or 30% of Greenland's income. Denmark considers Greenland an integral part of its kingdom, and Trump's proposal to acquire the island has caused global uproar. Danish officials have been diplomatic, emphasizing Greenland's right to self-determination, but they remain skeptical about the possibility of Greenland becoming a US state. Denmark's Prime Minister has highlighted the strong partnership between Denmark and the United States, but Trump's assertive rhetoric likely raises private concerns. Trump has hinted at potential economic coercion or military force, including imposing high tariffs on Denmark to secure Greenland. His statements have drawn global criticism. Germany's Chancellor reaffirmed the principle of inviolable borders, while France's foreign minister stated that the European Union would not tolerate threats to sovereign territories. In response to these developments, Denmark announced a $1.5 billion defense upgrade in Greenland, including improvements to airports to accommodate F-35 jets, the addition of drones, and enhanced naval capabilities. Public opinion in Greenland remains divided. While the island's prime minister has asserted that Greenland is not for sale, the government continues to seek greater independence from Denmark. Greenland's leadership, which is pro-independence, has used the attention surrounding Trump's comments to emphasize its aspirations for self-determination. However, independence from Denmark does not equate to joining the United States. Instead, Greenland envisions becoming a fully independent state. Greenland's government remains focused on separating from Denmark, driven by historical grievances, such as the forced relocation of Inuit children and involuntary birth control policies. While the island's leaders have diplomatically stated their willingness to cooperate with the United States on Arctic security, they remain firm in opposing any plans to sell or annex Greenland. Ultimately, Greenland's priority is independence rather than foreign influence. Trump's bold and controversial proposal reflects Greenland's growing strategic importance. As Arctic ice continues to melt and trade routes become more accessible, Greenland's significance in global trade and military strategy will only increase. However, the plan faces numerous political, diplomatic, and logistical challenges, and Greenland's leaders remain steadfast in preserving their autonomy.